Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Dave Neal here, stand-up comic, host of Bachelor in Paradise, a Guys Review. Good to see all of you. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Get those paychecks, get the pepperoni pizza, crack a couple beers. It's Friday. It's Friday, Friday, Friday. Hey, remember that song? Who Feels Old? All right, it's getting messy. This is a video I made 2 days ago. We've got Tia and Blake. They have this fight on a couch. We're going to kind of discuss Dr. Diane Starkowski, friend of the show. I'm going to go on her Instagram stories and just see what she had to say about, the love languages and putting an olive branch out for each other. I actually think there might be something we can learn about our relationships by watching theirs sort of fizzle out. And the thing is, it's like expectations, right? So Tia essentially tells Blake, hey, look, I don't need you to show me the world. I just need some gestures, some kind gestures. Will you do something for me? Show me you're into me. Tia's got the rose, and either Blake, she gives it to Blake, or she gives it to, who's the other guy? James with the hair, slick back James hair. Used car salesman James. We love James. Boy, if James wanted to sell me a condo, I would just be staring at his muscles and be like, where do I sign? I believe you because you're strong. That's just how I feel. So Tia, it's like, look, these aren't spring chickens, right? The older you get, the more you sort of atrophy with what you're looking for in a person and know your red flags, right? So she sees giant red flags in Blake, but maybe there's a scenario in which she's got him read wrong. Maybe I have him read wrong. I saw this one post, as you guys can see. It's when you refuse to simp after knowing someone for 3 days. Maybe he's kidding. I want to throw this idea of Blake out the window because I really didn't like this post by him. I'm like, look, she already came off looking like the needy kind of person here. You don't have to defend yourself, but we'll see what he has to say. He did comment on another Instagram meme, sort of defending himself. So, is there more to the story? We'll have to see. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already, and don't forget to follow on Instagram at DNeals. I've been posting a bunch of stand-up comedy clips and a bunch of other stuff. If you want extra content, full stand-up comedy videos, I know it's Friday, it's payday, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal. I'm going to be uploading a Patreon-only video this afternoon. No live stream this weekend. I'm going to do it this afternoon. It's going to be just a private video you guys can listen to, and a nice 30, 45-minute video. And that'll be all the behind-the-scenes things. And we'll get into all the other things that are going on in the world, including one of which is my show last night. Thank you guys all so much for coming out. I had a show at a really trendy, cool place in San Diego in Pacific Beach called Mavericks Beach Club. I didn't know what to expect. You guys sold it out. Me and my buddies had such a blast doing the show. And if you guys want to see the photos from some of the people that came to the show, go to Dave Neal's community, free Facebook community. We just started promoting it a few days ago. It went from 30 members to 587. And then shout out to Julia. She showed up with her husband or boyfriend. Lauren came with her sister. Shout out to them. And we had some more people that showed up. Nikki's one of the original live streamers. She was one of the first 10 people that watched our live stream. She came out, and then Araceli, and are there any more? There might be a few more people. I might not have gotten their photos up yet. So if you want to go to the Facebook community, you can go over there and check that out and catch all the content on Patreon if you weren't able to make the show. There'll be more shows coming, so just stick around for that. All right, so let's get into this right here, folks. Thank you for amusing me right there and letting me give my pitch. I appreciate that. I'm exhausted. We got home at 2 a.m. Long drive. That's what you got to do, right? And you know what I love the most is as everyone was leaving, they're like, "See you in the morning, Dave." And bless my soul, bless yours. It just really makes me feel loved when people come out there and feel like they know me. And I think that's because you guys have been so loyal and given me this platform that I get to keep on doing what I love to do. So thank you. So anyway, here's the post, right? It says, Mac Daddy, too busy thinking about his next tattoo, not willing to do the bare minimum. Then we have Riley, respectful king, will let you suck his toe, gave Marissa more as soon as she asked. Now, let's throw this aside. What we know about Blake is Tia really liked him. She kept on saying her hoo-ha got turned on by him. I'm not saying Tia's immature. Well, we'll let other people say that. But the thing with Tia is you wonder why are you either A, you're choosing the wrong people, or you're looking at the bad sides of them. So maybe there's a scenario in which Blake's a good guy and you just have him read wrong, and the conversion between the love language he gives and the love language you receive is just fractured. And likewise, on his end, he's not able to know what you're asking for and kind of make that work too. It's not just about knowing what the other person wants. It's just about being able to like really convert that conversation between what they want, what you want, and then how you can give it to each other. And that's what love language is all about, right? So here's what he comments. Nothing is ever as it seems. I simply said I wasn't going to have a production set up a grand gesture as it seemed inauthentic to me. I had my own gesture planned and decided against it when she said I needed to do something so she didn't look bad on the edit. Didn't sit well with me, and I did come off defensive given I was just told how genuine I was in the previous convo not aired, and plenty of other things said I can't talk about. Whenever someone gets a bad edit, the first thing they always say is, nothing is ever as it seems. And Brendan's like, you're telling me? You know what I mean? But look, hey, we don't know. We don't know how else he came off. We know they hit it off really well. Seemed like a nice guy, and then all of a sudden we see a photo of him not helping his case by being like, I don't simp for women. It's like, oh, he's getting a couple of chicken nuggets, simping for women. Like because what happened with Becca, of course, is Thomas got Becca a pyramid of chicken nuggets and a photo of her dog. I mean, was that really too much to ask for? You know, you're on the beach all day by yourself. So sometimes, here's where I can relate to Blake. If someone tells me what to do, I go, no, I don't want to. If someone's like, you're going to Six Flags today and you're going to have the time of your life, I'm like, you're not going to tell me what to do. Six Flags, I'd love Six Flags, but not if you tell me to go to, immediately I'm counter. I feel like my whole generation is like, whatever you were told to do, you're like, I don't want to do that. No. So she's like, set up a grand gesture. He's like, I don't want to set up a grand gesture. I don't want to set up a grand gesture for you. I want to do that. You know, it's ego. It's obviously a defensiveness. It's not wanting to be told what to do. But these are the things that really can ruin a relationship before it even gets off the ground. Here's what someone else commented that apparently knows Blake. Blake is true to himself always. The most genuine guy you can imagine. He gave her a lot of affirmation and attention, and she wanted the big, showy gestures. He's just not a guy that's going to be manipulated for TV. He's true to himself always. He's not going to perform. I think he handled it great, considering she came at him hard and out of nowhere when he thought they were close and things were going well, though he thought he handled it well. I don't think he handled it well. We're talking about the daybed conversation. I think he kind of also escalated the levels, the decibel levels, which I don't think helps anyone. I think if he kept it nice and calm and let her be the one who's kind of coming at him and be like, I guess I didn't give you what you were looking for, but here's where I tried. And you can't rewrite history, but you can just, if you're in a fight, in a love language fight, and you're like, I got you a nice present. And she's like, I wanted to spend time with you. You go, oh, so here's where I went wrong. I thought that this would be a good symbol of love to show you because that's how I show love, by giving people things. That's how I go, I worked hard and I spent the money and I gave this to you. And she goes, I don't need things. Everyone gives me things. I want your time. I never got that growing up. My dad, my mom, whatever, divorce. I never got time from people. So to have your time, that's value. Love is a currency. Right? So it shows up in different ways. You can give people things. You can spend time with them. You can give them affirmation. Like for me, it's like, I'm always like, hey, I'm the easiest love language in the world. I just want affirmations. That's free. You just tell me good boy. And I'm like, hey, I like you. You know, like I don't need too much, but like, you know, for Tia, she wants acts of service. She wants gifts. And those can be more symbolic to her than someone being like, I told you how I felt. I was like communicating. Whereas Blake might have thought he was giving her the gold. I opened my heart. I was, whatever. So it's really hard. It's really hard to look at this because you do see what is just an opportunity for learning how to communicate. You'll never find somebody who communicates perfectly the way you do. We're all unique little snowflakes out there, right, folks? So the deal is, stop looking for somebody who communicates the way you want to be communicated to. Find out how they're showing their love. Find out the optimistic side, the hopeful side, the side that's like their altruistic side. And when you see them doing that, go, oh, that I'm feeling that now because I can translate what they're giving to me. And they'll come around and realize how you feel your love, and that'll all happen. Are there cases where you're so far apart you can't come together? Yeah. Could this be one of them? Sure. But can we all watch it and sort of diagnose it and maybe learn about it? Yeah. So let's just read a couple comments from here because I do think the tide needs to change a little bit on how we deal with Blake. I don't think he's a bad person. Like I said, throw away that simp post he made, and everything else is kind of like, Well, he could be perfectly fine with the right person. Claire's intuition strikes again. The more I see of this guy, the less I like him. Okay, so we keep saying how Claysha had the best men, right? What if we had good frontrunners because Claire weeded out the F-boys before they even had a chance? Kind of starting to think they cast a bunch of deadbeats for Claire's season, hoping to have big blow-ups like she did with Yosef. Wait, what did Claire say about him? So she sent him. She sent him home night 1, but I think people said it was actually week 2. Either way, it doesn't make a difference. So anyway, pretty much everyone's saying he's an F-Boy Island guy, but, we weren't there. And other than that one thing, we have nothing else to go on. So let me go to this image here. This is a nice one from the Funny Batch. Actual footage of Blake showing no effort or affection. Here's Blake, Tatty McFaddy over here. Giving Tia a nice rub down. Here they are. He's touching her hair. He's doing, and of course, anything can be manipulated. As far as like this could have been 1 minute of a long conversation. But the point is there is hope there. There is something there that was wounded, that was let go of. So let's hear what Diane has to say, because Dr. Diane's really good at pulling this stuff apart. And let's just keep an open mind here.
How are you? It's Thursday, and you saw my summary post on Bachelor in Paradise, and people actually ask me why I follow the show. You might find it silly, and you can bypass these stories, but the reality is this is why I follow the show. That conversation that we saw with Marissa and Riley and Serena and Joe, that's why I follow the show, because you can think it's scripted and you can think it's edited and it's again silly, but no other place. I think it's really a unique opportunity.
No ghosting.
And I think Brendan said this the best, where you go, phones off, get to really go deep into a relationship, and you get there fast. The truth is, we see if it works out in the end, but those real conversations, when it gets to that relational level, I think are things that we don't actually get to see on TV. So I think it's an interesting conversation about the differences in love languages. And Marissa, let's give her as an example. She said, I have trust issues. I love that she's very real about this, that she's been played before and lied to. And even though Riley was showing her acts of service, that he's into her, she just needed to hear that. She needed to hear that he was there for her explicitly. And she just cuts right
and he gives it to her
and asks for what she wants and what she needs, and talked about her own anxiety going into that conversation, and then dug a little bit deeper. But as I said in my post, she didn't take any of that personally, and then create.
Come on now.
An atmosphere of safety so Riley could disclose more, and then we see him working to be vulnerable with her. And I thought, juxtapose that to Tia.
Oh boy.
No offense to Tia.
Oh boy.
I love that girl. I think she makes for good TV, and she's very entertaining. But you saw my post that Blake was doing things for Tia, but it wasn't her love language. So Tia, on the other hand, is getting verbal from Blake, but she needs acts of service. Can you see the difference? However, the way that Tia approached it didn't have the softness, finesse, or the directness. So Tia then says, I want someone who shows that they give a F, right? And there was an edge to it. I also, to Tia's credit, she comes in late and she's comparing herself to relationships that have been going from the start. And I can imagine Blake's feeling, so I can see it both ways. Blake is feeling like, appreciate what I am doing for you. I'm spending time with you. I'm spending quality time with you.
Which makes him defensive.
I'm doing everything that I think
X,
that
Y,
you
and Z.
want. However, Tia is feeling like, of course, we don't get privy into all the conversations, and maybe Tia did do this, but we didn't see that in the edited version, that it's okay to ask for more. Appreciate what the person's giving you, but then say, my love language is this. And Of course, she needs more acts of service from him. How can she convey that, right? This is a learning opportunity for yourself, which is appreciate what the person's doing
Gold.
and then ask also for what you need. So I show this as an example of merely speaking to your love languages. And I'm going to show that reel about the 5 different.
All right, so look, you go follow Dr. Diane back to Love Doc because she's giving you guys gold. You should be she should be invoicing you for this because this is valuable. So it's sort of in a way setting boundaries, right? In a way saying, look, this is what I need. I need extra service. This is just I know what I need. This is what I need. I appreciate what you're giving me. It just doesn't kind of pierce the hole. It doesn't burrow into the heart the same way, but I recognize that, so I appreciate that. And then you have to give it time. Could it take a relationship years to really learn each other's why not? Why not? As long as it's trending in the right direction. We didn't even see this take off. This is like a missile that boop, just, we didn't even see it take off. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys can understand this point where things went wrong. And I mean, I think if more people understood this, relationships might get out of that initial phase where they're like, oh, he's an a-hole, or they don't get me. Oh, this person does this. And she makes up a great point that, well, Becca and Thomas weren't there from the start. They kind of, their relationship has evolved faster for sure, but it doesn't mean that if Blake and Tia have some good chemistry starting out, and he really did want to show her gestures, then they both need to create space for that to happen, and it might not be the same day on the beach. It might be weeks or months, as long as it's trending in the right direction. Don't keep on painting red flags white, but in the same instance, let's not expect miracles all at once. Let me know what you guys think. More content coming your way, so if you want, go to patreon.com/Dave Neal, and you can get ready for what I'll be dropping over there this afternoon. The Facebook community, Dave Neal's Community, and on Instagram @DNeals. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit. Happy Friday to ya.